Yo, fellas, if y'all want to see me wife a girl that looks like this, or even this, tap in with my Instagram, man. My goal is 10K followers. If y'all active, I will follow back. Come on, y'all. I know we could do it, but hey, here go the vid. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I go by Lonny Wade. Last time you seen me, I won that G League championship. And the Spurs ended up taking me as the 5th pick in the draft. So now, I'm in my rookie season. I ended up teaming up with Wemby, and now it's time to see what I could do at this level. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Before you know it was time for that first game of the season. And we had a tough opponent up first. We had to go against the Mavs, and I had to guard Luka and Kyrie. Now most of y'all would probably think I'd be nervous in this situation. But honestly, I wasn't nervous at all. I was ready to go out here and show these people what I could do. Now it was a bit of an adjustment. I ain't never came off the bench, high school or in the G League. But now, I gotta prove myself to earn that starting spot. But hey, that's what we here for, that's what I'm gonna do. And right away, I definitely got my welcome to the league moment. Luka called ISO on me, and he was just driving straight to the cup. And he was stronger and quicker than I thought he was.
No diddy.
He just got the easy bucket. And here I go thinking I was finna come in there and lock him up. I had a lot to learn early on, but I know y'all don't think I went out like that. On the next play, I got the ball. We were supposed to run a play, but I said forget all that. As soon as I got it, drove straight to the cup and got an easy Euro on Luka. And I hit a nice little fadeaway mid-range jump shot. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely caught Luka and them by surprise. But hey, that's what they get for sleeping on me. In this game, I was looking to go crazy. Mind you, I'm still learning, but I gotta make my presence felt. Now mind y'all, this is my first game in the NBA, but the G League got me used to running these NBA sets and seeing NBA defenses, which is why I was able to scoot right past them and get the easy layup. I ain't even got to tell y'all about them barbecue lays. But lately, I've been rocking with the ruffles too. I don't know, but either way, they got both bags. With 13 seconds left to go in the first quarter, like a coffee shop, I took it straight to the cup. I was going one-on-one with Luka at this point, cause he came down on the other end, Hezo pull, just like that. I ain't even see it coming. Hey man, these dudes on this NBA level is different. I see why he a superstar. I gotta lock in. And as the game went on, that's exactly what I did. I tried to pull a 3 from Yucatan, but I ain't end up hitting that mug. But it's cool though, cause we was playing that defense, and then eventually, boom! I got the first 3 of my NBA career. And for the OGs that's been here, hey, y'all know how I get when I start hitting them 3s. I mean, y'all seen me do it at the G League level and the high school level. The Mavs better step up, or this game is gonna end fast. And I ain't gonna lie, after that 3, like a vegetable, this is where I started to turn up. I got the nice dime to Wemby, and if we could keep that connection going, we gonna be a problem in this league. Might even be the best duo. On the next play, they ended up getting the steal, and something crazy happened.
Hey!
I ended up getting the first poster dunk of my career. During the off season, I was working out with Cuzzo, and he showed me the vertical workouts he be doing. I see why he be booming on everybody. Hey, don't let me get bounced like that, cause with a shot like mine and hops like his, I'll be a problem. Y'all remember how I said Luka gave me my welcome to the NBA moment? Well, it might have actually been Kyrie. I mean, this dude was going crazy all game. He was hitting 3 after 3. So the next time I got the ball, I went straight at him.
Hey!
I told y'all I'm finna put them vertical workouts to use. Now I know some of y'all may be thinking, how are you playing this aggressive already? It's only your first NBA game. I mean, y'all gotta look at the factors, man. I got a cousin who already in the league and won a championship. Plus, I've been playing at the level that's right under the NBA in the G League. So some of this stuff I was already used to. It wasn't like I was coming straight out of high school or straight out of college. But the Mavs was treating us like we came fresh out of daycare. They was whooping our ass. And even though we was winning, it seemed like we was getting cooked on the screen and roll. I mean, every time I would blink, either Luka or Kyrie would be hitting a three. So I was trying my best to do what I could do on the offensive end. Now, we only got the lead because they was missing shots. But toward the end of this second quarter, man, Luka was starting to heat up. Don't forget about Kyrie either. He was going crazy. And then I ended up getting another welcome to the NBA moment as they threw a lob. And technically, I got dunked on. I mean, technically, I don't think that should have counted. It wasn't really my responsibility, but anyway. It's a lot more game left to play as I get the easy layup. And I was starting to heat up on offense. Hey, y'all know every time a challenge come my way, I'm not just finna back down. I seen Kyrie hit a Euro step, a little bit of a push off, but the ref ain't call it, and got an easy layup. After hitting 2 layups back to back, I was looking to attack. So I was pushing the ball in transition and ended up getting straight to the rack. So that was 3 layups back to back to back. I was cooking, but so was Kyrie. That boy wasn't playing no games as he got right past me and he got a layup. So now that's back to back to back to back. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Coming into this season, I thought my skill set was up there with anybody in the league. I was that confident. But Kyrie and Luka was showing me, man, it's levels. I got a lot of work to do. I mean, these dudes were scoring so easy, you wouldn't even think I was guarding them. They was cooking. I ain't gonna lie, the Mavs was looking like Autumn Falls when she on a mission. Unstoppable. Them boys took the lead, and that boy Kyrie, he was in God mode. I mean, that dude was hitting everything. I tightened up on defense, so I was there, but dude did not see me. But I ended up getting a steal on him, drove, and got an easy little dunk. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna come out here and compete. And on the next possession, they missed the free throw. I drove straight to the lane. And I know Kyrie a millionaire, so he probably don't go to the laundromat no more. But I had to put that boy in the spin cycle real quick. Take him back to the old days. But hey, them boys came right back down the court. I got another steal on Kyrie. And then I got the nice lob to Wemby. I'm telling y'all, if we figure this thing out, me and him, we gonna be a duo to be reckoned with. And the sky's the limit for us. I'm thinking Kobe and Shaq. Yeah, it could get like that for real. As I drive and get another easy layup. So we took the lead right back, 104 to 103, and the crowd was going crazy. And I was looking to capitalize off that the next play. So I drove and got another easy layup. I had so many chips you'd think I was playing poker in here. Crowd was going super crazy. With 7 minutes to go, we had a 3-point lead. We needed a bucket. Called for the screen from Wemby, threw a nice little dime, and then he got an easy dunk. And then we had a 5-point lead. But as the game went on, the Mavs wasn't letting up. This dude, Kyrie, is quicker than I thought, man. And the next thing I knew, I look up after they called a timeout, and this dude hit 11 threes and set the franchise record for most threes in the game. And just like that, them boys went on a fat run in the fourth, and we would take that L. My first game was in the books, and the duo on the Mavs, they was cooking the whole time. Now for me, I had 35 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals. But I shot 1 for 8 from the 3. I just could not get my 3 ball going this game. But hey, at least I hit one. But that dude Kyrie, he dropped 53 points. Man, that dude was cooking. I'm telling y'all, he tapped into his God mode that game. Next up, we had to go against the Rockets. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit more comfortable in this game. I knew the Rockets wasn't even close to the Mavs from a talent perspective, so maybe we could come in here and get the dub easily. But when I checked in, that boy Jalen Green said, "Oh, you thought it was over?" Pulled straight up and hit a contested 3 right in my face. Man, they was not playing with me as a rookie, I ain't gonna lie. But hey, on the next possession, I was begging for the ball. Drove straight to the rim, went right past Jalen, and I got bounce now, bruh. They gotta respect it. I'm trying to take that thing to the cup every time. Now everybody already know I got a shot, but I'm trying to work on other aspects of my game. And on this possession, I hit this crazy layup. I was able to acrobat that mug to get it right to where the defense couldn't block it. Man, that thing was tough. I ain't never did a layup like that in my life. But I'm telling y'all, during the off season, I was putting that work in. I gotta give a special thanks to the cuzzo. He told me this running the family, so we gotta come in the league different. Whether we a rookie or a 10-year vet, we gotta show out. And as the game went on, boom! That's exactly what I tried to do, as I got my second career tray ball in the league. And then right after that, I ended up pulling up for another one. Nothing but net. Boom! Well, it hit the rim a little bit, but you get the point. Hey, if I could get my 3-ball going, and the way I've been finishing lately, these defenses is gonna be in trouble, man, I'm telling you. But it did not stop there. I'm telling y'all, I started to tap into my bag. If I wasn't finishing or pulling up for the 3, I would look for that mid-range. And it was nothing but net too. Hey, I'm a shooter from all around, man. It ain't just threes. But look, at the beginning of the second quarter, drove to the cup, got another easy layup. I was starting to cook. But during my first 2 games, I low-key felt like I was shooting the ball way too much. So when I had the opportunity to get an assist, best believe I was dishing it to the open teammate. Even if it meant trying to thread the needle for some of these passes, I was looking to get some assists. Now on this play they called the ISO. Hey, it was raps. Hey! And as the game kept going on, I was either getting an assist or scoring on every possession. I was the reason we had a lot of these points. Not to sound selfish, but hey, I put the team on my back this game. And as the third quarter was coming to a close, I had the twin on me. I was looking to cook. And then I got straight to the lane for a tough bucket that should have been an and one. But you know I'm a rookie, so the refs ain't gonna give me most of these calls. I gotta work for that over my career. Still a tough bucket though. Toward the beginning of the fourth quarter, I got the board and I was looking to push the ball in transition. Came down the court, tried to ISO the twin up, and then I ended up stumbling and almost lost the ball. But hey, this dude started tripping, bro. He tried to take the ball from me, tried to act tough and some more. I was keeping it calm and collected, cause it was only my second game in the league, but hey, bruh better chill cause I don't play them type of games at all. But then I realized, that's what some of these NBA players do to throw you off your game. Cause right after that, I couldn't hit a shot to save my life. I was putting stuff up, it just wasn't falling. But we still had a lot of game left to play, so I had to keep being confident. Whether it was me scoring off a back screen or just me making the right pass, I had to stay locked in. We had to do anything to get this dub, cause the Rockets was closing in on us. And then, coach ran a down screen for me. Boom! Right back to my old ways, hitting the tray ball. And after a 33-point performance from me, we would handle business against the Rockets. And I had a strong start in this league. But I'm not gonna lie, it's only 2 games. We got a long way to go. Our third game of the season will be against no other than the LA Clippers. And this would be my first game starting. You see, coach thought I was cooking, plus our starting PG had got banged up in practice. So hey, next thing you know, it was my time to shine. Was I a little bit nervous for this one? Yeah. I mean, I started before, but we in prime time now. But hey, they had Westbrook matched up against me tonight, so I knew I wasn't going to get nothing easy. But we was going to try to get this dub. And you know we do what we normally do. We get the ball, pushing in transition, drove right past Westbrook and Kawhi. First easy lay of the game. And to beat this team, I'm going to have to play aggressive. On the next possession, I wanted to get some screen and roll action going with me and Wemby. And next thing you know, hey! Got another easy lob. I mean, bro was like 7'10". All I had to do was throw it up anywhere, and he was gonna make something happen. As the game went on, I tried to be as much of a leader as possible. It was gonna be hard to get everybody listening since I was a rookie, but I was confident I could have a voice in the locker room. So I just put in my 2 cents every now and then, and I would live with the results. But hey, still got a game to play. Started off hot going 6-0, and then I threw it up to Wemby again, and we got another lob. He ain't dunked that one, but still got the finish, so it's cool. And then we was up 8-0. Drove right past Westbrook and got another tough acrobatic lay. I'm telling y'all, my lay package is becoming crazy. It might be better than Cuzzo's. Don't tell him I said that, but hey, I gotta be confident. I can't wait till I play him. But for this being my first game starting, I was off to a pretty good start. I mean, I was making everything happen. Going off the screen and rolls, hitting tough lays, finding the open man. At one point we was up 12-0, but then the Clippers started to go on a run. That's the thing about the league. It's a game of runs, man. You could be up by however much, but if that other team gets something clicking, you might be in trouble. And them dudes was locking up. I remember this one play, I ain't even realize how much time was left on the shot clock, and we got a violation. But it wasn't nothing open. They was locking everything up on that possession. But if they thought they was finna lock me up for the whole game, they had another thing coming. All I needed was a slight pick, and I was going straight to the rim. And I got the finish right over Bones Highland. They better put somebody else in the paint. I noticed they was throwing multiple defenders at me. I mean, when that happened, I would just call for a screen to get free. Cause these boys, they was trying to expose me in this game, I ain't gonna lie. That rookie treatment in the NBA is something different. But I played defense too, as I got the steal and pulled up for another mid-range jump shot. Hey, that mid-range is coming along, I'm telling y'all. I'm a shooter from everywhere. As we get the board, slow it down, we supposed to be pushing in transition, and then I get the nice dime to the big man sitting in the gray area. We was making things happen. And on the next possession, we was going down the court, passed it to that boy Wemby. Boom! And he pulled up for 3. I see why they call that boy a unicorn, an alien, whatever you want to call him. He just different. 1-1 for sure. Now I started off the game well, but things started to change. I mean, I was getting in foul trouble, and the Clippers was running it up on the scoreboard. It seemed like every time we got a slight lead, they just go on an even bigger run. At one point we was down by 20, but hey, it was still a lot of time left to go in the fourth, but eventually I would end up picking up a foul that'd put me on the bench for a few minutes. Actually, more than a few minutes, I ain't gonna lie. By the time I got back in the game, it was only 2 minutes left to go, and this one was basically over. And then I ended up throwing a turnover, and out of frustration, I got my last foul, and I'll be done for the day. And just like that, the Clippers put us to rest. Now for this game, it was okay for my first game starting, but I did not live up to expectations at all. Especially fouling out as a starter in my first game. Can't be doing that. Plus, I didn't shoot that well from the 3. I just couldn't find my shot for some reason. But hey man, I gotta play better for sure. But luckily, I got 79 more games to show what I can do. So I'm about to work on my game, and we going for this Rookie of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. Lonny Wade and Corey Cash. We've never seen these two go against each other on the court. Only time they've went against each other was back in high school at practice. And them is private ones. No media, no fans, no one else but team members. So what happens in those practices stays in those practices. When these two linked up in high school, that team was almost unbeatable. After Corey went on to Stanford, Lonny stayed on the team his senior year, dominated, and then eventually went on to the G League. Both of these players' careers are similar, because Corey Cash also spent time in the G League. He didn't spend the full season like Lonny, but when he was there, he dominated in only 3 games. He dominated so much he got an immediate call up to the league. Even though he was a fan favorite in the G League, he had to move on to the pros right away. And once he did, he put the world on notice. Now this season, he is playing out of his mind. He's showcasing his skills against some of the best teams in the league as he did last season. Only this time, he's doing it in MVP fashion, making it look easy, averaging 33.3 points per game. Seems like nobody can stop him. And after being released from the Bulls and being a new member of the Washington Wizards, this team is already the second seed in the East, and we're almost at All-Star break. So he's definitely having an incredible season. Now, some people believe Cash is the best player in the league, and he's definitely on a mission to prove that. He's on a mission to prove that last year, with the Bulls, winning that championship wasn't a fluke. Some people forget this guy was the leading scorer on that team, and he got Finals MVP. So really, maybe they wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for him. He's elite on both ends of the floor, plays defense, and we already know what he does on offense. Some people even speculate he could have won MVP last year. In the voting, he finished second, right behind Luka Doncic. But he definitely put on a historic season as a rookie. It's crazy to think this season, he's playing even better. At this point in time, he is currently leading the entire NBA in All-Star votes with 2,800,000 votes. So this year, he'll most likely be a captain. Last year, he was a starter. But this year, he's definitely showing that he's up there with the best of them. He's putting on dominant performances against names like Giannis, LeBron, Luka, and Edwards, and even Shea. And just recently, he broke the franchise record for most threes in the game at 11. I'm telling y'all, man, this dude, you better watch out. Come playoff time, I wouldn't be surprised if he in the finals again. I guess we just gotta wait and see. But he has a tough matchup against his cousin, Lonny Wade. Now his story a little bit different. As y'all know, he's a G League champion. Not an NBA champion like Corey, but a G League champion. And this season, he did the same thing Corey did. Hit 11 threes in the game and broke the franchise record for most threes in a single game. In his rookie season so far, Lonny is averaging 22 points per game. And he's playing so well, some people are already giving him the Rookie of the Year award. And we ain't even hit All-Star break yet. So I guess you could say both of these guys are playing at an elite level. Only difference is, one's got a year's worth of experience more than the other one. But Lonny, teams definitely know about him. It's one of those young guys you got to put on your radar when you're going up against him. After Wemby went down with an early season injury, Lonny became the guy on this team. He definitely took charge and showed that he could be a leader. And his teammates just followed behind him. It's still a young core, so they put all their trust in him. Now Lonny, we all know what he brings to the table. He's an elite shooter, shooting well over 40% from the three this season and not looking to slow down at all. Now the Spurs, they're sitting at 12 and 22, while the Wizards sit at 25 and 10. So this is a number 2 seed versus a well lower seed. But that don't even matter. Y'all know why we here. We here for the two cousins to finally face off. This will be a matchup for the books. Arguably the two best players in the league going at it. And let me tell you, both of them are looking to come in there and cook each other. So grab a snack, a drink, whatever you need, and tune in to this classic game. And just like that, we here again. Me versus my big cousin. Now we came up short the first time, but this time, we was looking to come and get this dub. And me and Cuzzo put on the show last time, so you best believe we was gonna do it again this time. Every time we match up, it's gonna be fireworks. And right off the bat, I tried to go in the gap on defense, and Cuzzo immediately caught me sleeping. They kicked it to him, boom, and he knocked down the corner 3. It was weird because normally he the one dribbling up the court, so I was a little confused when he was just standing in the corner. But I guess they had to switch up the game plan. You know, the NBA all about adjustments. Boom! And just like that, Cuzzo started off hot and he hit back-to-back threes. So I drove to the cup and ended up drawing an early foul on him. Hey, I hate to do it like this, but I was looking to get bruh in foul trouble. I mean, they completely destroyed us the first game. They was treating us like we was Becky Bandini or something. Autumn Falls, Violet Myers. And just like that, Cuzzo had his second foul. He had to go to the bench early. So you know what that mean. They best defensive player out. I had to go crazy now to give us a chance. As I drove and got the easy layup right over the backup PG. But hey, they still got Jordan Poole, and that boy can definitely hoop. So we gotta watch out for him too. But like I said, Cuzzo they best defensive player. And he on the bench, so I gotta attack.
Hey!
Drove straight to the lane and got on that rim. It's time for me to get activated. On this possession, we got the board. I'm pushing in transition, and I'm still attacking. Scooted that boy out the way because he was way too little, and got the easy layup. What kind of chips y'all think he like? Me personally, I prefer the sour cream and onion lays, but hey, barbecue cool too. But either way, we was trying to cook. And as y'all can see, we play that defense too. And I've been working on my finishing, but you know what I'm good at. Boom! Sniper Gang Lonny is back activated early. And it was only a 1-point game. I was trying to take this lead. I kept attacking this dude because he could not guard me. I mean, they needed to switch Jordan Poole on me or something. Eventually, Cuzzo came back in, but I got him on the back cut.
Damn! Oh my God!
And then rose up for the one-hand jam. I guess Cuzzo only worked the night shift because he definitely was trying to lock me up. Put me straight on my back with that block. As I drive to the lane, rise up for the nice little tomahawk. Hey man, my bounce been really elevating. I ain't getting up there crazy like Cuzzo do, but I'm getting up there though. And I'm only 6'2" with it. He's 6'4". So we got a little bit of height on me. And speaking of him having bounce, man, this dude came out of nowhere and caught a lob. I mean, sometimes this dude would be like a ghost on the court. 1 minute you see him, 1 minute you don't. I wish my ex was like that, man. But anyway, as the game went on, Cuzzo definitely started to heat up. I definitely think I made him mad with them 2 early fouls. And he was bombing. Boom! Hitting back-to-back shots. He was definitely playing like an MVP level type of player. I can't even fake it to y'all. So I had to match his intensity. He ended up picking up his 3rd foul, and I was just thanking God and the ref, because that dude was heating up. On this possession, tried to hit him with a Pop-Tart.
Hey!
He drove straight to the lane for the tomahawk dunk. He ended up missing the pull-up jumper. We got the board, pushing in transition. Took Jordan Poole to the laundromat because I was doing nothing but spin moves and put him straight in the cycle. Spin move, right after spin move, and then I rolls up for the easy lay. We ain't gonna do lays this time. Y'all like ruffles? I mess with ruffles. And just like that, Cuzzo hit another corner 3. I'm telling y'all, when me and him playing each other, y'all cannot blink. You might miss something. Call for the screen and roll, threw the lob to Wemby, and he low-key weak for not dunking that, but we got the points, that's all that mattered. But once Cuzzo started bombing, that lead started to get out of reach, and he started locking up too. And on this play, he called ISO on me, drove straight past me, and hit one of the craziest circus shots I've ever seen. And as he would say, he got the and one bucket. I mean, that's just what he do. And he also tell y'all it's 100% from the line every time. So I ain't even got to show y'all them free throws. But that bucket was definitely crazy. I think I speak for everybody when I say this dude might be the MVP of the league this year. And we ain't even hit All-Star break yet. It just show you how good he was playing. But hey man, this back and forth matchup was still living up to the hype. That boy Wemby got his buckets in too, as he got the layup right over Kyle Kuzma. And the lead definitely started to get away from us. And Cuzzo, boom, just kept on bombing. It did not stop. I'm telling y'all, this dude was playing out of his mind. And I'm only a rookie, I was just trying to keep up. But man, I hope one day I could be playing on this level. I didn't even know it was another level you could be playing at. But he was definitely showing me there's levels to this. I just hope I get there. Despite us being down 20, our fans were still in the arena and it was still loud. I'm telling you, every time me or Cuzzo took a shot, it felt like the whole arena reacted. And that's what you like to see from NBA fans. Of course I wanted to win, but I think everybody was just happy to see us going against each other on the court. I mean, they hadn't seen us since high school, but I know they remember that corner three. Boom! Nah, but like I was saying, they haven't seen us since high school. And that was back when both of us barely had a name.
Damn! Oh my God!
And yep, sadly, he put me straight on a poster. I'm not even gonna lie, that was dirty. I felt disrespected. How you gonna do your own flesh and blood like that? By the time he was jumping, there was nothing I could do, man. It seemed like that dude got a 60-inch vertical. I felt like I was there, but it felt like he was 2 sky limits above me. So I came on the other end and tried to do my thing, called for a screen, pulled up on the block, and got that easy tray ball. Boom! Bucket after bucket, this thing was a showdown. And then this man stole a page out of my book and hit a 1-dribble pull-up. I couldn't believe it. This dude was bombing on the whole team, and not only that, he stole my move? Man, this dude was disrespectful and respectful at the same time. He was giving us a bunch of buckets in a variety of ways. I was keeping up though. Boom! Y'all know me, shooters gonna shoot. And with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth,
Hey!
this dude did not stop. This game definitely started to feel like a final boss fight. Y'all ever played Elden Ring? Yeah, this dude felt like that final boss. That's how tough it was. But I was getting my buckets here and there. Like this possession right here, got a little push off on him and created enough separation to get the layup. It was low-key an offensive foul, but Cuzzo wasn't tripping and the ref wasn't tripping. So I just went along with it. And then Jordan Poole pulled up and drained another 3 to bring their lead up to 18. As I used my quickness to get right in front of Cuzzo and got a soft little layup. Any buckets I could get, I was looking to get them. We was both hooping this game. I wonder who the family back at home was rooting for. I know half was rooting for him and the other half had to be rooting for me. But on this play right here, hey, Cuzzo sent my layup to Yucatan. I mean, he smacked that thing and it went in the nosebleeds. I'm telling y'all, this dude was disrespectful and respectful at the same time. He wasn't playing no games with me. He ended up getting another block right there, and that just said it all. This dude was a lead on both ends of the floor. As I drove, tried to get a layup, and he fouled the mess out of me. I mean, that boy shoved me to the ground. And then when I got up, he just whispered in my ear and said, "Hey, you too little, bruh." So I just gave him a little playful push and went on with the game. I've been in the league for half a season, and I definitely think he just gave me my first welcome to the league moment, as he knocked down another 3. I mean, could anybody guard this dude? Matter of fact, could anybody guard me? As I drove to the lane and got the easy layup, and just when I thought it was over, tried to drive, and Cuzzo said, "Here go one more for you." Blocked my layup right off of the backboard. I mean, at this point, this had to be a crime, bro. You can't be doing your own family like this. This dude was trying to embarrass me out here. It was definitely some females in the crowd, cause I ain't never ever seen him act like this before. I hope Lonny ain't watching this and I just ain't get him in trouble. Then he drove. He hit a crazy dunk that was basically the dagger. I mean, dude hung on the rim afterwards, and that was just adding insult to injury. I definitely think he did that on purpose. It's like he was just messing around with me this game. He already knew they had it in the bag. And as the clock winded down, everybody gave us a standing ovation. Just like that, we put on 2 amazing classics. I dapped them up right before we walked into the tunnel. Hey man, this is what everybody came to see, and it was finally over. And this might be the last time I face them in my rookie season. We gotta fight to make the playoffs. But they definitely doing their thing over there. And Cuzzo, he was leading the pack, just like he did last year. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see this team in the finals this year. I mean, Cuzzo completely turned that organization around in just a short amount of time. Hey, that's greatness. But don't sleep on us though. I'm still learning, and I'ma learn from Cuzzo too. That's what family for. And me and Wemby, we gonna figure this thing out, and we gonna be right there with him. Next thing you know, your boy will be competing in All-Star Weekend. And not only that, I was in a Rising Stars game with my big cousin. Man, we ain't played together since high school, and we just got done having 2 epic matches against each other. So this was like the perfect ending. And y'all know how we used to get back in high school. Hey, we ain't do too much losing. So coming into this game, you must be out your mind if you think we coming to lose. And I was coming to put on a show. But for the game, Cuzzo just told me, hey, take it all in and have fun with it. This ain't the regular season. This is the weekend where the stars pop out, the celebs pop out, and the Double D bad biddies pop out. So if they involved, you already know I'm going for at least 50. But during this game, I just felt like nobody could guard me. I mean, I was going crazy on both ends of the floor. We was looking like the Showtime Lakers. And Cuzzo, he put my boy Wemby in the mixer. Hey man, we must be at church, cause that boy got baptized. Cuzzo ain't show no mercy. But I can't say I did either. Anytime I had somebody in front of me, I was looking to go straight at him. And it's crazy because this was one of the loudest arenas I've ever heard in my life. Before the game, Cuzzo said the last year when he was in it, it was the most viewed one ever. And it turns out that this one got double those views. Man, that's insane to think about. We was really the 2 most popular players in the league. I was a rookie, and it was only his 2nd year. But not only was we popular, we was able to back it up on the court. It wasn't like we was just some popular nobodies who didn't really show up when it was time to. When we got on the court, man, y'all better pray. I know it might sound silly to say, but after this game, I felt like nobody in the world could guard me. I mean, think about it. I had just come off of playing the potential Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. If I could survive that storm, I could survive anything. Every time I got a bucket, Cuzzo was the first one to his feet. Hey man, he was supporting me. Throughout this whole year, he been giving me advice. The only time he didn't was when we was going against each other. But I can say a lot of my success is because of him. Not a lot of people had the luxury of having a family member that's already in the league. And not just any family member that's in the league. It being your cousin you played high school ball with. Man, our chemistry on the court was second to none. Man, we was going absolutely crazy out there. I know everybody that was watching, their mind was blown. It was bucket after bucket after bucket. I'm telling you, man. But that's what All-Star Weekend all about. Some people come out there and they don't even compete at all. Not me and Corey. We was coming out there to smoke somebody like a hookah lounge. I've always thought I was a better shooter than him, but the way he was looking tonight, he may give me a run for my money. He always did tell me he was the better shooter. I guess we'll find out one day. Can't forget about his girl Lonny though. She know how to shoot too. But I'ma be honest with y'all, man. I've said it plenty of times throughout this movie. Cuzzo is getting that MVP this year. I mean, he was playing like any other former MVPs you could think of. Think of LeBron in his prime, MJ in his prime, Kobe in his prime. He was looking like that in only his second season. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. This was really greatness. And me, on the other hand, I was just trying to keep up. But it turns out, I was getting just as much buckets as Cuzzo. Matter of fact, I ended the game with more points than he did. It was in the second half where he told me, hey, this is your time. I've been here already. It's time for you to go to work. So I said, all right, bet. And just like that, I started going to work. They subbed Cuzzo out, and it was just a Lonny show at that point. They wasn't worried about nobody else in this game. They was just focusing on us. I couldn't wait to check my phone after the game. I know so many baddies follow me. It's gonna be crazy when I take a look. Maybe I got a follow from like Jade Cargill or Jada Parker or something. Imagine having a girl that's in the WWE. Take her back home and put her in a sharpshooter. Nah, let me stay focused. But man, we was hooping this game. My whole All-Star Weekend experience, it was lit. Now, it was time to lock in for the rest of the season. Before you know it, we had only 3 games left in the season. And our next key matchup will be head-to-head against the Memphis Grizzlies and Ja Morant. You already know what Ja do, but y'all know what I do as well. Coming into this game, I knew it was going to be a battle of the PGs. So guess what? I got to be the one that take off first. Don't get me wrong. After All-Star Weekend, man, I was so excited to get back to playing regular season basketball. But man, it was like this team couldn't even get a win for nothing. And it was frustrating because we had a bunch of talent on this team. But we just couldn't click. As Ja Morant drove to the lane, dunked it right over Wemby. So I came down on the other end and I was trying to get some get back. I know Ja Morant got an endorsement deal with Nike, but somehow he still couldn't check me. That's a bar. Cause I drove right past him and got straight to the lane. Dunked it right over Steven Adams like it wasn't nothing. Hey man, my bounce is legit now. Y'all might have to tell Cuzzo I got more bounce than him. Well, don't tell him that. That boy got stupid bounce. But anyway, like I was saying, it's only 2 teams below us in this conference. I don't want to look at this season as a failure, but I mean, that's kind of what it seemed like. And we was struggling with the Grizzlies.
Hey!
That boy Ja Morant was dunking all over the place. You'd think he worked at the coffee shop. But back to what we was talking about. I don't want to look at this season as a failure, but I mean, we could have at least had a winning record. You see, Cuzzo made the playoffs his first year in the league. I'm not trying to compare our careers because they've both been different, but I mean, come on now. Even if I win this Rookie of the Year, the next thing they gonna say is, can he help his team win? And I've been playing my heart out this season. As I knock down the corner 3. But I've been giving it all I got. Every game, I just try to give it 110%. Especially on this possession right here. Had Buddy doing that new TikTok dance, drove to the cup, and got the and one bucket. I'm not Corey, but it's 100% from the line every time, and I'll be just fine even if I don't rhyme. Some stars just gotta shine. And that's exactly what I did on that possession. I felt bad for Buddy. Dunked on Desmond Bain too. And he be one of the Grizzlies that be talking the most. But Ja Morant came down on the other end, and then he dunked on somebody again. This dude was tough. Bro was like the Memphis highlight reel. But man, I was just trying to win this game. I was doing everything I could. But I do think this being an extremely young team plays a factor. You see, we ain't got no vets on this team.
Damn! Oh my God!
Do me a favor and just act like y'all didn't see that. But, like I was saying, we have no vets on this team. And most of these guys, they just okay with the fact that they in the NBA and they making millions. But me, I want to win. All that other stuff is cool, but after you make it to the league, why not try to be one of the best to ever do it? That's how I looked at it. When Corey first came into the league, they had vets on their team. So he ain't have to lead a bunch of young guys because the vets was helping him. But I mean, we doing this solo over here. Everybody young, and I don't even know if I can capture that locker room, to be honest. I mean, I was trying, but it seemed like nothing was working. And after already being frustrated that we was losing this game, I tried to gamble for a steal and ended up picking up my final foul. And from a leader standpoint, that was a bad move. And we would lose to the Grizzlies by 3 points. With only 2 games left in the season, we needed a dub. Our next matchup would be against the Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC. And they didn't even have Shea this game. He went down with a torn ACL and he was out for the rest of the season. So you would think that this would be an easy game to win, right? Well, that's not the case. Hey! You see, with this team, we always make things difficult. Me and Wemby, we had some dope connections though. I was always looking to get him involved before I started shooting too much. But as I said earlier, you would think we would just mop the floor with these dudes, but it turns out this game would end up being close. Now at first, we had a sizable lead, and I was trying to extend the lead whole time, driving to the lane, being aggressive, and finishing at the cup. But for some reason, on the defensive end, we just could not lock in. That boy Gordon Hayward was making some tough shots, and he was looking like prime Gordon Hayward before the injury. We would always get a lead on a team, but we could never keep it. Teams was having comeback records against us. I don't know how, but maybe this team was just offensive. I mean, we had no problem putting the ball in the basket. We just couldn't stop a parked car for nothing. They would throw lobs on us, get posters, really do whatever they want. But no matter what the lead is, you can still get robbed. Y'all know I be getting them steals and pushing it in transition. But I can't do this by myself, man. I know y'all be thinking Cuzzo be carrying them teams, but it's actually a lot that goes into it. Because I definitely can't win these games by myself. I'm gonna need my teammates for sure. Hit this buddy with a Pop-Tart, drove straight to the lane, and then got the easy layup right over number 17. And even though they had a big lead on us already, I was still playing the game like it was a tie game. Getting steals and then scoring on the other end. Boom! Y'all already know Sniper Gang Lonny was activated. That boy Josh Giddey got the ball, drove straight to the lane, and hit a tough layup right over Jones. I was conflicted because I know it was some thick ones in OKC. But I mean, is they rocking with me? I'm scoring, but we losing. I even hit this tough Euro layup over like 3 people. I mean, that gotta give me something after the game, right? It didn't take me that long to get girls' numbers after the games. But since we was in Oklahoma, I was hoping I'd get them a little sooner. Get it? Like the college? Oklahoma Sooner mask? Come on, man. That's a bar. Maybe in the off season, in between workouts, I'll go hop in the stew. Put Lonny on the track. But in this game, we was trying to fight, man. And I was already accepting defeat, but it wasn't gonna stop me from hooping. I was still trying to get teammates involved in everything. I mean, I had 30 midway through the third quarter. I mean, what more can you ask from your star player? Boom! And like I said, the snipers was activated. You don't see the flash? I was doing everything I could, man. They had that boy Ish Smith guard me, and Ish couldn't guard me for Ish. The way it was looking, I might go for 50 tonight. With about 6 minutes left to go in the third, they still had a big lead on us. And you know me, still being aggressive. But I got a decision to make in the offseason. What's more important? Coming out here scoring 40 points a game, or maybe just getting my teammates involved the whole game and see if that helps us win. To be honest, I don't know. That'll be something I have to ask Cuzzo. Because in back-to-back games, I ended up fouling out. Ain't that crazy? And from a leader standpoint, I definitely needed some pointers. Because this was not going to cut it if we wanted to get a dub. And our last game of the season will be against the Detroit Pistons. Now, most people will mark this game on their calendar as an easy dub, literally except for us. Like, this was a primetime game. We was just trying to win, and we wasn't even sure if we could beat the Pistons. And Cade Cunningham came out bombing as he hit an early 3. So I just said, forget it, man. I'm just finna try to ISO this dude and go crazy.
Hey!
Look, it's the last game of the season, and it's the last game at home. I might as well just go for however many points I want. Because if we don't win this game, I honestly might lose it. As I call for the screen, throw the lob to Wemby.
Hey!
I'm telling you, we was starting to figure things out a little bit, but we gonna need way more to beat these teams. The Pistons had an early lead already, and when in doubt, Sniper Gang Lonny, he gonna go ahead and bring the 7.62s out. Boom! As I knocked down a 3. It was kind of surreal that this was the last game of my rookie season. I mean, I had goals of making it to the playoffs, so I wasn't expecting this to be the last game of the season, but everybody get dealt a different hand, and this is just the one I got dealt. It ain't no sense of complaining. In the off season, I'm gonna just work extra hard to make sure we get more dubs. And once again, I was in foul trouble in another game. I mean, this was literally all frustration. But when coach let me back in the game, I just said, man, I gotta get buckets and try not to foul. I only had 1 left. We was already down by 20 plus, but hey man, I'm not stopping until the clock hits 0. And at this point, I don't really care what my teammates was thinking. It's either you with me or against me. And I'm trying to turn this organization around. This organization was just winning championships a few years ago. So why can't we get back to that? That's all I wanted to do coming in, getting drafted to this team. And that's literally what they brought me here for. All the work I put into the G League, they wanted me and Wemby to be the 2 guys. So hey, a lot of these people gotta switch up their mindset. 6 minutes left to go in the 4th, I was still attacking.
Hey!
Trying to do everything I could. But on the other end, man, they was just hitting some tough shots. I was doing everything right on defense. But sometimes in this league, that just ain't enough. You just gotta do your best at that point. Boom! As I knocked down another 3. The energy was definitely in the building, but we honestly needed that the whole game. It seemed like the crowd would only get hype when we was fighting back from a large deficit. And man, that's something I definitely didn't rock with. But this is only my first year, so I'm learning something new every game. A lot of lessons come with this NBA stuff that nobody knows about, and I was figuring that out firsthand. A lot of this stuff didn't happen in the G League. At the same time though, this is the top of the top, so more stuff should be expected. 3 minutes left to go. I was going crazy from the 3. At this point, I had like 4 back-to-back. I even made this crazy pass as soon as I caught the ball in the backcourt. I zipped that thing right to my teammate, and then he finished for an easy layup. In that moment, I honestly didn't know how that pass got there. Sometimes I be underrating my own skills. It was definitely a crazy pass though, one of my favorites. With 2 minutes left to go, this thing was over, man. And I couldn't believe we was gonna go out like this. Not making the playoffs and losing our last 3 games. I mean, come on, man. And on this possession, I was guarding Kayell Cunningham and once again fouled out in my 3rd straight game. We even challenged this call because nobody on the team could believe it, but it didn't go through. And this season had a completely different ending to the one I had last year. During the playoffs, they had announced your boy had won that Rookie of the Year. I was definitely hyped, man. I couldn't believe I had did it. And not only that, I ended up getting an endorsement offer from Nike. I'm gonna be getting my own shoe soon. At least something good came out the second half of the season. But during the off season, I decided to head to the Drew League. If I want to get a championship like my cousin, I'm gonna need to do a lot more work. So why not compete in the Pro-Am in the off season to try to get even better? And man, I ain't gonna speak too much on what happened, but just know I was in that Drew League cooking. They was gonna have to call that mug the Lonny League when I was done with these next few games. But the ultimate goal was just to get better, further my game. Cuzzo had went on to win this 2nd ring. I'm still chasing my 1st. And to do that, I gotta go through him and other superstars in the league. So, training is all that was on my mind. Surprisingly, I wasn't thinking about no thick Latinas or nothing. Nah, y'all know I'm playing, but for real though, this next season, we will make the playoffs and I'm chasing that ring. Trust and believe, and stay tuned.